Hello. Today I want to talk about human intelligence and how smart actually a person can be if they have or don't have internet. Okay. Of course, we know like nowadays we can just ask Siri, for example, um, or we can just Google search. Let's.
Sorry, Google hasn't added support for that with Siri.
Yeah. Okay. My Siri iPad actually talked back to me.
Okay,
Siri, can you tell me about Australia? Okay, now Siri is telling me about Australia. What's the five famous animals in Australia? Use ChatGPT. Okay, kangaroo, koala, wombat, platypus, and emu. Okay, can you? Okay, Siri. Okay, I'll use this Siri on the iPhone while I'm in here using ChatGPT.
okay. I
Generate
found this on
image
the
of
web, or I'll use
kookaburra.
Siri on iPhone while I'm in here.
That's my iPad Siri needs to be turned off. Okay. ChatGPT generate an image of kookaburra, and even though this is not a real photo of kookaburra, but it's actually a photo of kookaburra. Okay, I will actually turn off iPhone just to avoid confusion. I want to talk about, okay, I'm inside the Apple Vision Pro, right? And I am connected to internet. I can always go to Safari and search for anything, right? Including we have things like Gemini, and we also have Meta AI, all kind of AI that we can ask whatever. So it's like with internet, it's almost like we are super smart, right? We can Google search as well, of course. Google.com still works, and we can browse for website that explain about something. For example, uh, history of Australia. History of Australia. It will take us to Wikipedia number one. Usually, Google will also give all the related informations on this topic. With chat like Gemini and Meta AI, we can also ask, tell me some history of Australia. That's we know this, and we can actually, because it's AI, we can it's a large language model, and we can actually chat with the AI and tell about things like when was the smallpox happening in Australia the first time. Smallpox 1789 after the arrival of the first fleet. Yeah, it's interesting history. Let's say we don't have internet, so let's say everything is shut down and we don't actually have internet. The next thing we want to know, the next thing we can use actually, if we have the Mac computer or iPhone, we actually have dictionary. Okay, dictionary app. So dictionary app might be underrated, but it's there, and we probably can find out things about Australia. At least, yeah, Wikipedia can tell us a bit about it. It's got the Australian anthem, and I think this is not actually connected to internet. It's just the whole Wikipedia is probably inside your Mac, right? So even though so you can learn about history of Australia even without internet, because we have something like dictionary, or it's almost like encyclopedia. So we can learn, oh, this is actually, because I have installed some dictionary, some French dictionary. I can, yeah, I have a few dictionary already installed, but I didn't install or download all the dictionary, just the one that's useful for me right now. So we can search things about, for example, art. Okay, what is art? Art, Wikipedia, range of cultural activities centered around work, using creativity, blah blah blah. So this is like encyclopedia. I remember when I was little and I got my first encyclopedia book, and then later on, I actually found I got CD-ROM. I think my dad or my mom, I think my dad bought it for me. So encyclopedia on the CD-ROM, multiple CD-ROM. I installed it on my computer. It's like amazing. There's an audio, multimedia, video, all related to art. This is years before internet. Actually, we don't have internet back then, so we cannot ask anyone on internet about history, and we don't have Wikipedia. It's just an encyclopedia, right? So this is dictionary app on the Mac. It's got a lot of things. Mostly, okay, because it's dictionary, it's actually related to language. So language model, so art, seni in Indonesian. In French is art also. It's talking about, okay, how to say art, how some example of sentence. I'm bad at art. Je suis mauvais en dessin, on dessin or something. Mauvais means bad, so you can always go back. It's almost like internet. So there's a lot of art, so you can actually just browse the encyclopedia. You can actually study this, and you probably learning words, learning different language and words is probably something that people should do more, like reading encyclopedia. Like when I was little, I actually tried to read from A to Z. In English, I think the first foreign language I learned was English. So beside Indonesia, and there are other traditional language as well. But nowadays we almost have everything, like too many, in fact too many. Yeah, we can learn about how to say words in different language. We can actually just ask Siri, just like translate it for me, right? Okay, because I think, okay, Siri, how to say I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the beach in French.
In French, I want to go to the beaches. Je veux aller à la plage.
So that's French for that sentence. We can ask Siri for that, and Siri can be offline, I believe. But anyhow, that's a different things. But I want to talk about this app called Apollo. So Apollo AI is it's still kind of new. I think you can install this on the iPhone, the iPad, and also inside Vision Pro, the one I'm wearing at the moment. So I have this Apollo AI app installed on the macOS. It's the fastest in here, so I can ask this about things like this. Actually really tiny, about art history, and it will tell me about Renaissance art, Baroque, Romanticism, some example of arts in Western art tradition, and then Asian art, Japanese, Indian, Islamic, ancient Chinese art. And if I ask top 10 artists that everyone should know: Leonardo da Vinci, Vincent van Gogh, Michelangelo, Monet, Pablo Picasso, Vermeer, Rembrandt, Frida Kahlo, Michelangelo, Raphael. So give me 10. It's really cool because this is actually offline. So the app, we can pick a model. It's actually presenting with just llama model, llama from Meta AI. Llama from Meta, it's a llama 3 billion and llama 1 billion. 3B and 1B. I have 3B installed on the macOS M2, while on the Vision Pro actually, I believe, have M1. So it might be a little bit slower, but it's not bad. So this is Apollo app running on the Vision Pro. Okay. So let's take a look at the setting very quickly. So it's llama. I'm using the 1B, so probably faster, a little bit faster. I can switch to 3B. Original prompt, Original prompt, you are Apollo. Chat assistant made by Aaron Eng. This is the developer for this app. LLM, Apollo iOS, conversational. Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. Let's try a new chat. Let's talk about art history. So the AI will try to answer me. It's not.
What aspect of art history would you like to explore? Ancient civilizations, modern movements, or something specific like Renaissance or Impressionism?
I'm interested with surrealism.
Surrealism is a fascinating movement. It emerged in the 1920s, characterized by its use of fantastical and dreamlike imagery. Artists like Salvador Dali, René Magritte, and Max Ernst were prominent figures in the movement. What specifically about surrealism interests you?
Can you tell me some famous art by Salvador Dali? In here, I can actually.
Salvador Dali was a prolific artist, so I'll mention a few of his most famous works. There's The Persistence of Memory, 1931, which features melting clocks, and The Elephants, 1948, where elephants with elongated legs appear to float. He also created the iconic Gala Contemplating the Mediterranean Sea, 1976, a self-portrait of himself with his wife Gala. Would you like to know more about any of these pieces?
Yeah, tell me more about Salvador Dali. So it only tells me about Salvador Dali, and this one I already asked here on the Mac.
Salvador Dali was a Spanish artist born in 1904 in Figueres, Catalonia. He's widely regarded as one of the most influential artists of the 20th century. Dali was a master of multiple art forms, including painting, sculpture, and photography. He's known for his striking and bizarre imagery, often blending reality and fantasy. Dali's artistic style was influenced by his fascination with dreams, psychology, and the subconscious. He was also known for his eccentric personality and his ability to self-promote himself.
So I will stop now with the chatting stuff. The nice thing about Vision Pro and this Apollo AI, so you can just chat all days with this AI about certain topics.